Australian crocodile hunter Steve Irwin has died during a diving expedition near Port Douglas in Australia.
Throughout history, mankind's fascination with the wild has often been showcased through television shows, documentaries, and news stories. We've idolized figures who danced daringly close to the line that separates our civilized world from the unpredictability of nature. Yet sometimes, even the most experienced among us misstep across this line. The intersection of wildlife and celebrity offers captivating tales where admiration, tragedy, and nature's indomitable force converge. These stories, both haunting and instructive, remind us of the respect that the wild commands. In this collection, we delve into 15 unforgettable incidents where famed individuals met their end through animal encounters. Number 1. Steve Irwin, Death by Stingray. Steve Irwin, affectionately known as the Crocodile Hunter, was an Australian wildlife expert and television personality recognized worldwide for his adventurous spirit and infectious enthusiasm for animals. With his khaki attire, broad smile, and catchphrase, "Crikey," Irwin captured the hearts of millions. He had an uncanny ability to connect with animals and made significant contributions to wildlife conservation through his work, passion, and the establishment of Australia Zoo. On September 4, 2006, the world was shocked to learn of Irwin's sudden and tragic death. While filming a documentary called Ocean's Deadliest near the Great Barrier Reef in Queensland, Irwin and his team encountered a short-tailed stingray. Typically known for their peaceful nature, stingrays only use their venomous tail barbs in defense. As Irwin swam over the animal, it suddenly and unpredictably thrust its tail upwards, piercing Irwin's chest and heart. The tail's barb contains venom, but it was the physical injury that was fatal to Irwin. His cameraman, Justin Lyons, who witnessed the incident, later revealed that Irwin initially believed he had only punctured a lung and tried to remain calm, unaware of the severity of his injury. The death was especially shocking because of the rarity of fatal stingray attacks on humans. Historically, there have been very few documented cases of people dying from stingray injuries. It was a cruel twist of fate that someone as experienced and knowledgeable as Irwin would be taken by such an uncommon incident. His death was a devastating blow to the conservation community and fans around the globe. Tributes poured in, and Irwin's legacy was celebrated with numerous memorials and honors. Today, Steve Irwin's influence is still palpable. His family, particularly his children Bindi and Robert, continues his conservation work, ensuring that his mission to protect and appreciate wildlife lives on. Irwin's untimely demise underscores the unpredictability of nature and serves as a poignant reminder that, no matter how familiar one may be with the animal kingdom, it always commands respect. Number 2. Taylor Mitchell, Fatal Coyote Encounter. Taylor Mitchell, a Canadian singer-songwriter, was on the rise in the folk music scene. With a voice that conveyed both strength and vulnerability, she captivated audiences, earning a nomination for Young Performer of the Year at the 2009 Canadian Folk Music Awards. But in a turn of events that shocked the nation, her life was cut tragically short, not by the pitfalls of fame, but by an encounter with nature. In October 2009, Mitchell embarked on a solo hiking trip in Cape Breton Highlands National Park, Nova Scotia. As she traversed the Skyline Trail, a popular route for its breathtaking vistas, she was attacked by a pair of eastern coyotes. Hikers nearby heard her cries for help and quickly called the authorities. By the time help arrived, Mitchell had suffered significant injuries. She was airlifted to a nearby hospital but succumbed to her wounds the following day. She was just 19 years old. Coyote attacks on humans, especially those resulting in death, are exceedingly rare. The incident with Mitchell was both shocking and puzzling to wildlife experts. The eastern coyotes in this region are typically larger than their western counterparts due to past interbreeding with wolves, but they are generally wary of humans. Speculations arose about the animals possibly being sick or unusually aggressive, but no definitive conclusions were reached. The incident led to a reevaluation of wildlife management practices in the park and heightened cautionary advisories for hikers. In the following years, park rangers increased efforts to educate visitors about coyotes and safety precautions to minimize human-wildlife conflicts. Taylor Mitchell's death was a heartbreaking loss to the music community and an unsettling reminder of nature's unpredictable nature. Her legacy as an artist, however, continues to live on. Her posthumously released album serves as a testament to her talent and potential, a poignant echo of a life taken too soon by a rare and unforeseeable encounter. Number 3. Timothy Treadwell, Grisly Endings. Timothy Treadwell, an American bear enthusiast, environmentalist, and documentary filmmaker, spent over a decade living among the grizzly bears of Katmai National Park in Alaska. Passionate and deeply committed, he considered these wild animals his friends, capturing intimate moments with them on film and advocating for their protection. His daring and often controversial methods of interacting with these powerful creatures earned him the moniker Grizzly Man. Each summer, Treadwell camped in the park, observing the bears and documenting their behavior. He believed in immersing himself fully in their world, often coming within mere feet of these unpredictable giants. He was convinced that mutual respect and his profound understanding of bear behavior kept him safe. However, many experts and park authorities were critical of his approach, fearing the potential consequences of such close human-bear interactions. Tragically, their concerns were realized in October 2003 when Treadwell and his girlfriend, Amy Huguenard, were fatally attacked by a grizzly. A pilot sent to retrieve them found their remains near their campsite, with evidence pointing to a bear attack. The incident shocked the public, many of whom had become familiar with Treadwell through his media appearances and self-made documentaries. While many remember Treadwell for his tragic end, his dedication to bear conservation and the footage he captured are undeniably valuable. They provide a rare glimpse into the lives of these majestic creatures in their natural habitat. However, his story is also a somber testament to the boundaries of human-animal relationships and the inherent risks of blurring those lines. In nature's vast wilderness, even a deep love and understanding of the wild do not guarantee safety. Number 4. Christopher McCandless, Starvation Amidst the Wild. Christopher McCandless, often remembered under the pseudonym Alexander Supertramp, was a young American adventurer whose quest for raw, unmediated experiences led him deep into the Alaskan wilderness. Driven by a fervent desire to break free from societal constraints and an unquenchable thirst for adventure, McCandless's journey was immortalized in Jon Krakauer's book Into the Wild, and later adapted into a critically acclaimed film directed by Sean Penn. In 1992, after donating his savings to charity and severing ties with his family, McCandless began his Alaskan odyssey. Traveling lightly with minimal provisions and a .22 caliber rifle, he found an old bus, famously known as Magic Bus 142, in which he took shelter. The bus, located on the Stampede Trail, would later become the site of his tragic end. Months into his sojourn, McCandless found himself increasingly trapped. Rising river waters made it difficult to move beyond the bus's location, and his game hunting yielded little sustenance. As his situation grew dire, McCandless's journal entries reflected the gravity of his predicament. He realized that he had severely underestimated the Alaskan wilderness's unforgiving nature. McCandless's tragic tale is a compelling meditation on the allure of wilderness and the thin line between adventurous spirit and dangerous naivety. His story resonated deeply, igniting debates on the allure of escapism and the risks of venturing unprepared into the wild. For many, Christopher McCandless became an emblematic figure, a poignant reminder of the harsh realities of nature and the limits of human endurance when faced with its relentless challenges. Number 5. Mo Gibbs, Lion's Brutality Unleashed. In the annals of history where man meets the wild, the tale of Mo Gibbs stands out as a haunting reminder of the unpredictability of majestic creatures we often admire from a distance. Gibbs, a lion trainer and performer, was a notable name in the circus world. With a unique blend of charisma and courage, he commanded the big ring, drawing audiences worldwide with his incredible rapport with the mighty lions. For Gibbs, lions weren't just subjects of performance, they were companions. He spent years building trust and understanding with these creatures, often emphasizing the mutual respect that underpinned their relationship. To the world outside the ring, the harmony between Gibbs and his lions seemed almost magical. a dance of nature and nurture. The aftermath of the tragedy was filled with speculation. Some attributed the lion's behavior to potential provocation or an underlying illness, while others saw it as a grim reminder of the wild's unpredictable nature, which no amount of training can entirely suppress. Mo Gibbs's tragic end serves as a cautionary tale, emphasizing the importance of respecting the innate nature of wild animals. No matter how tamed they might seem, their primal instincts can surface without warning. Gibbs's story is a poignant reflection on the balance of admiration and caution, trust and respect when dealing with the untamed heartbeats of the wild. Number 6. Joy Adamson, murdered or wild attack. Joy Adamson's life was a testament to her deep passion for African wildlife. Known for her remarkable work with lions, particularly the famous lioness Elsa, she co-authored the iconic book Born Free. The book, which later became a successful movie, recounted the journey of raising Elsa and eventually reintroducing her to the wild, a groundbreaking achievement at the time. Adamson's commitment to conservation went beyond just lions. She championed the cause of various African species and was instrumental in establishing conservation practices and awareness about the continent's rich biodiversity. Her life, deeply intertwined with the creatures she loved, was spent in the vast wilderness of Kenya. The authorities arrested Paul Nakware Akai, a former employee who later confessed to the murder. His motivations were rooted in a disagreement over wages and employment terms. The wild, it appeared, was not to blame for Adamson's demise. The revelation sent shockwaves through the conservation community. The narrative of a passionate conservationist meeting her end amidst the creatures she loved was tragically inverted. Instead, it highlighted the complex interplay of human conflicts and ambitions, even in the remote sanctuaries of nature. Adamson's legacy, however, remained undiminished. Her pioneering efforts in wildlife conservation continued to inspire generations of environmentalists and animal lovers. And while her death remains a somber chapter in her storied life, Joy Adamson's influence endures in the continued efforts to preserve the wild she so dearly cherished. Number 7. Alexis Moss, another stingray tragedy. The ocean, with its vast expanse and mesmerizing creatures, has always beckoned adventurers and enthusiasts. Among these was Alexis Moss, a name not traditionally associated with wildlife encounters, but rather with fame and high society, due to her marriage to the late talk show host Johnny Carson. However, her story, like that of Steve Irwin's, intertwines tragically with one of the ocean's unique creatures, the stingray. Immediate medical attention was sought, but the damage inflicted was severe. The event cast a somber shadow over what was supposed to be a tranquil escape. Moss's encounter is a poignant reminder that even seemingly peaceful marine environments can harbor dangers that are both unpredictable and profound. Her story, coming after Irwin's widely publicized death, reignited discussions on marine safety, the unpredictability of wild animals, and the importance of coexisting with nature while maintaining a respectful distance. Alexis Moss's unfortunate encounter with the stingray underscores the delicate balance between human curiosity and nature's inherent wildness. Even in the most serene settings, the wilderness has its own rules, demanding respect, caution, and a perpetual acknowledgement of its unpredictability. Number 8. Mark Vogel, consumed by spiders. Mark Vogel's apartment in Dortmund, Germany, was unlike any other. Where most homes boasted of pets like dogs or cats, Vogel's sanctuary was a sprawling web of spiders, snakes, and termites. It was as if a slice of the wild had been neatly tucked away within the confines of urban walls. To Vogel, these creatures were more than just curiosities. They were an embodiment of his deep fascination with the arcane facets of the natural world. Yet the line that separates fascination from fatal attraction can be frighteningly fragile. In a twist of fate that would leave a community in shock and send ripples through the media, Vogel's sanctuary became his deathbed. When neighbors raised alarms over the foul odor emanating from his apartment, the subsequent discovery was nothing short of macabre. Mark Vogel's tragic end serves as a chilling cautionary tale about the inherent dangers lurking within our obsessions. His story emphasizes the need for a balanced relationship with nature, especially when dealing with creatures that can pose potential threats. The spiders, in their natural instinct, did what they do best, oblivious to the boundary between pet and owner. In this somber narrative, Vogel's life and end become a testament to the enigmatic pull of the wild and the stark unpredictability that it can unleash, even within the seeming safety of one's home. Number 9. Diane Whipple, A Dog's Deadly Bite. Diane Whipple's life was one of achievement and promise. As a college lacrosse coach and a former women's lacrosse world champion, her journey was marked by dedication and excellence. Living in San Francisco, she was poised for further accomplishments in her career and personal life. But in a devastating twist of fate, it was not a challenge on the field, but a tragic encounter at her apartment doorstep that would mark the end of her story. The incident ignited widespread outrage and debates about pet ownership responsibilities, particularly regarding breeds perceived as aggressive or dangerous. It came to light that the dogs, owned by Marjorie Knoller and Robert Knoll, had exhibited aggressive behavior in the past. The tragic event culminated in a high-profile court case, with both owners facing charges related to Whipple's death. Diane Whipple's untimely demise serves as a harrowing reminder of the potential dangers pets might pose when not properly trained or controlled. It underscores the importance of responsible pet ownership and the need for stringent regulations regarding potentially dangerous breeds. Her legacy, while marred by this tragic incident, is also a testament to her contributions to women's lacrosse and the lives she touched. But intertwined with her achievements is the cautionary tale of that fateful day, a stark reminder of the unpredictability of animals and the profound consequences of negligence. Number 10. Phil Bronstein, Sharon Stone's ex and the Komodo dragon. Phil Bronstein, a distinguished journalist and editor, is not someone you'd typically associate with wild animal encounters. Yet, he became the subject of international headlines due to an unexpected and harrowing incident involving a Komodo dragon. This event was all the more amplified by his then marriage to Hollywood actress Sharon Stone, adding a layer of sensationalism to the already shocking story. In 2001, as a special treat for Bronstein's birthday, Stone arranged a private tour of the Los Angeles Zoo. Part of this exclusive experience included a rare opportunity to step inside the enclosure of a Komodo dragon, a massive lizard indigenous to Indonesia and known for its powerful bite filled with venomous glands. The incident raised numerous questions about safety protocols at zoos and the inherent risks of close encounters with wild animals, no matter how tame they might seem. While the event could have ended more tragically, it served as a sobering reminder of the unpredictable nature of wildlife and the boundaries that should exist between humans and animals in captivity. Bronstein's brush with the Komodo dragon stands as a testament to the fine line between awe-inspired admiration for the wild and the unforeseen dangers that lurk when that boundary is crossed, even in controlled environments. It's a tale that cautions respect for the wild's raw and untamable essence. Number 11. Jose Luis Ochoa, Cockfighting's Ironic Outcome. In the world of underground sports, cockfighting stands out as one of the most controversial. Rooted in ancient traditions and practices across various cultures, the sport involves two roosters fighting to the death, often with sharp blades attached to their legs. Jose Luis Ochoa, a 35-year-old resident of California, was deeply entrenched in this world. A frequent attendee and participant in these events, he was no stranger to the perils and nuances of the sport. By the time emergency services arrived, it was too late. Ochoa succumbed to his injuries, marking a grim and ironic end. The sport he had so passionately participated in became the very cause of his demise. Ochoa's death resonated far beyond the confines of the cockfighting community. It ignited a renewed debate on the ethics and dangers of the sport, which remains illegal in many parts of the United States and other countries. Advocates for animal rights pointed to the incident as a tragic example of the inherent risks and cruelty of such events. The irony of Jose Luis Ochoa's death serves as a potent reminder of the unpredictable nature of life and the unforeseen consequences of one's choices. While many may argue about the cultural significance and traditions of cockfighting, Ochoa's story underscores the tangible dangers of the sport, not just for the animals involved, but for the participants and spectators as well. Number 12. Mac Woolford, Fatal faith with a serpent. In the heart of the Appalachian region, faith takes on a myriad of expressions. For Pastor Mac Wolford, his conviction was showcased in a manner most would find harrowing. As the spiritual leader of a Pentecostal congregation, Wolford fervently practiced and promoted serpent handling as a testament to faith, drawing from a biblical passage that suggests true believers can handle venomous snakes without harm. This ritual, deeply embedded in certain Christian sects, is a dramatic display of faith, where participants, moved by spiritual fervor, dance and pray while holding live, venomous snakes. For Wolford, it was not just a ritual but also a family tradition. His father, also a serpent-handling preacher, had met his end from a snake bite. By the time he was taken to the hospital, it was too late. Mac Wolford succumbed to the venom, echoing the tragic fate of his father decades earlier. Wolford's tragic demise became a focal point of debate and reflection. To some, his death was a testament to unwavering faith, while to others, it was a cautionary tale about the dangers of taking religious texts too literally. Mac Wolford's story is a poignant exploration of the intersections between faith, tradition, and mortality. It serves as a reminder of the lengths to which individuals might go in their quest for spiritual fulfillment and the unpredictable consequences that can arise when faith collides with the unforgiving laws of nature. Number 13. Dan Brandon, strangled by a pet python. In the quiet town of Church Crookham, England, Dan Brandon's love for exotic animals was well known. His home was a sanctuary for various creatures, but among them, his pythons were the crown jewels. For Brandon, these massive snakes were not mere pets, but cherished companions. Their sinuous forms and mesmerizing patterns held a unique allure for him, an admiration that extended beyond the confines of their enclosures. However, the relationship between man and snake is always one of unpredictability. Pythons by nature are constrictors. They coil around their prey, applying immense pressure until the unfortunate creature succumbs. This instinctual behavior, though essential in the wild, can have dire consequences in a domestic setting. The event sent shockwaves through the community and beyond. How could a passionate and experienced reptile enthusiast meet such a grim fate? The incident reignited debates on the risks of keeping potentially dangerous animals as pets, even for those who claim to understand them deeply. Dan Brandon's untimely death serves as a somber reminder of the thin boundary between admiration and danger when it comes to the wild. While his affection for his pets was undoubted, the inherent unpredictability of wild animals, even in domestic settings, remains undeniable. His story underscores the profound respect that nature commands, and the unpredictable, often tragic outcomes that can arise when humans become complacent in their interactions with powerful creatures. Number 14. Roy Horn, tiger attack on stage. In the glitz and glamour of Las Vegas, few names shone as brightly as Siegfried and Roy. This iconic duo, with their blend of magic and exotic animal acts, enthralled audiences for decades. Among their ensemble of magnificent creatures, the white tigers were perhaps the most breathtaking, symbolizing the duo's brand. Roy Horn, the animal whisperer of the pair, shared a bond with these majestic beasts that was palpable on stage. To the world, their performance was a dance of trust and precision. But on October 3, 2003, during a performance at the Mirage, that trust seemed to shatter. In front of a packed audience, Manticore, a 7-year-old white tiger, suddenly turned on Roy. In a horrifying moment, the tiger clamped onto Horn's neck and dragged him off stage. The lights dimmed and panic ensued. The incident with Roy Horn and Manticore serves as a stark reminder of the unpredictable nature of wild animals, even those raised in close proximity to humans. It underscores the inherent risks of live performances involving powerful animals and the fine line between awe-inspiring entertainment and potential tragedy. Roy's unwavering love for Manticore, even after the incident, is a testament to his deep bond with his animals. However, the event also poses a poignant question about the ethics and safety of using wild animals for entertainment, a debate that continues to resonate today. Number 15. Grizzly Man's companion, Amy Huguenard. A shared fate with Treadwell. Amy Huguenard's life might have remained private, lived away from the public eye, Had she not crossed paths with Timothy Treadwell, the self-proclaimed grizzly man? Drawn together by a shared love for animals and the wilderness, their relationship blossomed amid the backdrop of the vast Alaskan landscapes. While Treadwell's exploits among the bears of Katmai National Park have been widely chronicled, Amy's story, though less documented, is equally poignant. Amy's death, alongside Treadwell's, opened a floodgate of debates. Their approach to wildlife, characterized by intimacy and boundary-pushing interactions, was viewed by many as reckless. However, beyond the criticisms and controversies lies a tale of two individuals deeply in love with nature and perhaps each other. Amy Huguenard's story is a stark reminder of the profound unpredictability of the wild. While her journey with Timothy was filled with moments of awe and wonder, their shared fate underscores the inherent risks of close interactions with wild animals. In a world where the boundary between admiration and danger is often blurred, the tragic end of Amy and Timothy stands as a solemn testament. It prompts introspection about the essence of coexistence with nature and the delicate balance that must be maintained to ensure safety amidst the wilderness's splendor and might.